Well, hello and welcome to another Aagaard Moto Foundry instructional video. Today we're going to be talking about 1125 R and CR motorcycles and some issues with the fuel pump that can cause hard starting and some runnability issues. So some of the stuff that we're going to show you crosses over to other things that you can do on the bike, especially what I'm about to show you here with the diagnostic features in the dash. However, what we're talking about today is specifically fuel pump issues on these bikes and a little tiny check valve that is in the 1125 pumps that can go bad. So we want to go over how to check some of that. So we're finding that we can offer a fuel pump repair kit for the 1125 R and CR 2008 to 2010. And while we're anxious to sell this kit, we don't want to sell you something that won't work in your motorcycle. So we want to show you how to check some things before you buy anybody's kit, especially ours, because we want to make sure that you get a motorcycle that's running well again. So let's get right to it here. Before you turn the key, we want to enter into what's called the diagnostic mode. So I am going to zoom in on the dash here, and what you want to do is press both these buttons at the same time, okay? And you can do that like this, but you want to press them both and hear the click before you turn the ignition on. And then what happens there is, as you can see, you went into DIAG mode, diagnostic mode, all right? And then what you want to do is click through, and you can actually see, use the second, the lowest button here, all right? One is select and one is mode, all right? This button is the one we're concentrating on here to cycle through. So now it's going to give you the codes that are stored historically in the system, in the ECM. This one had a couple of them. We can click through here. These P numbers are for the diagnostic manual. It's separate from the service manual if you're interested in that. So now we get into live data. You'll see the battery voltage, coolant voltage, air temp. The TPS percent, you should check on 1125s, go from 2, should go all the way up to 100. This bike has an issue. So you can check it while you're doing your test for your fuel pump. TPS voltage, clutch state. Can check that, 0 or 1. Vehicle speed state, your map, that's in KPA and in voltage, your IAC, which is idle air control. Okay, and here's where we're talking, where we want to look on something. If we can see, that is the fuel KPA. That's a measurement in pressure. You should be around 500. You can see this bike is sitting at 40. So what's happening is the little check valve inside the fuel pump is not working correctly. So we're gonna, okay, see how it pumps up? It went up to 500. However, it should stay there. And on this bike, it's bleeding very quickly down to 40. So what you can do, there are other things that would cause this. You could have a bad sensor. One way to confirm this is to use, just zoom out just a little bit here, is use an external fuel pump gauge, okay? So we sell these in the shop. You can also make your own. This one here will read the pressure externally. We're going to shut the key off here. Now you see how it pumps up and then how quickly it bleeds down. So this is to confirm that this little pressure sensor right here in the fuel rail is not bad. Do it with an external gauge. So if this occurs, what's most likely happening is this little check valve that we're going to show you has gone bad. So now, if this is the case currently, as of today in March of 2023, we've not been able to source a check valve that you can fix your pump from doing this and not have to, you know, buy a whole new fuel pump. But currently, if this is happening on your motorcycle, then you are going to have to get a whole new pump, unfortunately. If you could find a used pump, I guess you could take a chance on that. However, you take the chance that this is the exact same issue. So what I want to show you here, zoom in because it's difficult to see, is this is a little check valve right in here. And basically, it keeps the fuel from flowing back into the system, keeps the line pressurized. So if that goes bad, then unfortunately, replacing your pump or any components in here isn't going to solve your issue. So just to give you an idea, I'm going to back out here so you can see. An idea what goes on is the fuel pump, it has a little strainer. You can't see it because it fits up in here. Here's your pump. Your pump gets its power. When the ECM tells it, it's good to go. It comes out, it goes through this little tiny hose right here, and then it goes into this little rail. This is your low fuel sensor. Goes up, and your check valve that I showed you is right here. It goes up over this little rail. It comes over, it goes out into this filter, and then it goes out into the line, and then it goes into your fuel rail. And so when it comes up right up in here. This is this end is right here on our gauge, and then with our gauge not there, this would connect right into here. And then this is a pressure sensor, feeds into your rear injector, and another line goes up and into your front injector. So really quick video on this, just so you can figure out, you know, what's going on with your bike. Like I said, there's other features that you can use that are diagnostic that you can go through. You can check your adaptive fuel value. You can check all sorts of things, your voltage and on all sensors and that sort of thing. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, just make a comment below, and we appreciate your time. Have a good day.